Good, good, good. Hi, I'm B. This is Venus. Oh, hello, Venus. My co-host. She's always here. So, I'm B. Welcome to my channel. Do me a favor and hit that like, subscribe, whatever if you're not already. Today, I got up this morning and I watched Just Anne's World, and I assume it's from today. I honestly did not. Sorry. I think it was her morning coffee talk today. I'm sorry. I thought I had this all. Well, at least my brain. Just Anne's World. And videos. What was it? Well, maybe I'm wrong. Oh, that's Just Anne. I didn't get Just Anne's World. I'm sorry. I apologize. There it is. 19 hours ago. So I guess that would be yesterday. My bad. 19 hours ago, Just Anne did put out a video, and I watched it, and I 95% agree with her. So, I had a comment to leave, and it was just too much for my brain. When like I told you, my channel is like when I hear something, feel something, say something, and I felt I had to. I typed a whole comment in her comment section, and then I deleted it because it was too much. It was way too much, and I just wanted to say I agree with her on things that are real life should stay real life, and but I caution on that because, like, I've talked about my situation, and yes, there's police reports and court hearings and things that you could I beg of you not to, because it is such a sensitive subject, and it has concluded, so it's not like I'm trying to get him convicted or anything like that. And that's kind of where I lead to some of the differences, because I did watch Just Dan's description of what happened between her husband and her son, and at no point did I feel like she was trying to convict him in the public eye. It was basically, this is what happened. We're now separated, divorcing, and there's a court case pending, and we'll let the courts deal with what's happened, is basically what I took from her speaking on her situation. So when she said all of that, what I'm trying to get at is that I didn't think that there was more to her story, or that she was lying to us, or that there was any embellishment on the facts in order to sway anybody on either side of that situation. So that's where I see that there's a big difference in what Jessica Kent has done versus what I have done versus what Just Anne has done. And speaking about our lives, personal lives or what have you, shouldn't put us in a position to where people dox us or dig into our personal lives in that fashion. And so I agree with her, what's private is private, but I think part of what's missing on her version of what she knows about the Jessica Kent is Jessica and Reese did, I wouldn't say a series, because it never really played out. It was supposed to be a series on his relapse, or his dealings, what he's been through, PTSD and stuff. So she's put him on the channel and done very heavy topics where it comes to Reese's personal life is concerned. It has been put out there as content on Jessica Kent's channel prior to all of this, of course. And then when she believed he relapsed, she put that out there. Now, it was all one-sided at that point. He did come on and he was very agitated and nervous. I watched that video, and my comment's still there today that I felt for him. There was so much anxiety that in his voice and in his actions on that Come Clean video, or whatever they were doing. I'm not sure what the full intent was, what their motives were. But so he did this video with her where he didn't look healthy, and I don't mean it like he looked sick. There was just he was very anxiety ridden and very held back in what he wasn't. If he had been through recovery at that moment, he wasn't fully recovered, in my opinion. And I don't mean he was using, it was just he wasn't ready to talk about this, but he was doing it for her for content, is my perspective of what I watched. Then we move forward, and she has now accused him of domestic violence, and we're all gonna, that I know, everybody I know that's talking on this are going to agree that there was domestic violence. So with that, she came forward, basically convicted him of domestic violence. And I mean, she showed a video of her standing there and him in her face, and it looked very aggressive and intimidating and all that. And I 100% agree that visual that I saw is violence, is domestic violence. So we'll go with that. But she convicted him publicly without him having a court hearing or anything. That was just her way of putting it on her channel and getting the upper hand, in my opinion. I think she could fully gain upper hand in court also. That's not like saying one or the other, but she used that to her advantage. Then she came back, and the one we're talking about most currently is this 5 felony. So she came on and made such a dramatic entrance with that and put it out there as these 5 felonies. Well, and they're 5 felonies. I'm not denying the bottom line of what's happened, but in my opinion, had her boyfriend, male companion, not sent somebody to Reese's home at 1 o'clock in the morning, this wouldn't be happening. It wouldn't even be an issue. Then we go to what was the motive to send that man to his home at that time of morning. She said it was going to be played out in that video, and if anybody can fill me in on why that man was sent to that home, I didn't hear it in that video. She also, in both of those videos, said that she was going to do the 5 days leading up to that event and like outline this whole thing. I have no idea what happened in the 5 days leading up to that event. If anybody can fill me in that I'm like just clueless and missed it, comment section, you know where it's at. Y'all are awesome. I swear my comment section is popping. I love y'all. You just give it to me and we have conversations, or I agree with 99% of what you say, so it's hard to like, can't refute what you say. So there it is. But I missed the 5 days leading up to it in these videos. So then I totally understand where Justan's coming from. I'm not here to, this is not a bash Justin or you didn't watch anything, it's not any way like that. I get where she's coming from. And with the climate of YouTube and the way things are playing out in other channels and things I've seen, I totally agree that people go real life in circumstances that should not be done for YouTube content. I agree with that. I think the problem I have is this one with Jessica. She made it the content. She used it to her ability by producing the police report. It still says he did those things, that those things happened. So it kind of backs up Jessica's version of, Jessica's 5 felony. That happened. It's so that validates her. But when you break down what happened, so then she comes back, Jessica Kent, comes back with this part 2 that lays out these, we'll show you the video of what happened. Well, it's Jason holding a phone. I've already reviewed this, but it's Jason holding a phone, laughing at the situation when when he got Reese to the door, he was like, tell him to stop. Like, what I'm going to assume from what all that's been laid out so far, tell him to stop harassing Jessica, tell him to leave Jessica alone, tell him to, it was something like that. So that's not a wellness check by any means under the sun. That is not a wellness check. That is a harassment, full-blown harassment. Then they made it content again by producing this for us in an edited form and showing us this like it's supposed to make us feel better about the situation and judge Reese more harshly because this happened while they sent this squishmallow with felonies to this man's home to do a wellness check. While you show it to us with you laughing in the little FaceTime picture-in-picture, Jason's sitting there laughing at the situation. If you were truly concerned about the man, then it's like, I didn't know it was happening. So we have Jessica over there acting like she had no idea what was happening. And it's possible. But on the other hand, once you found out, why did you continue to let this be your content? So that's my issue, and that's what I wanted to say to Justin, and it's not in disagreement with you. I totally disagree. I mean, totally sorry. Woo, getting excited on the Jessica thing over here. I'm sorry. I totally agree with you that personal information and police reports should not be YouTube content. It shouldn't. But I have the problem within this particular case, and bottom line is you're right. But in this case is that she's made this her content. And if you look at her videos and the videos that she's done on interviews or prison life or whatever, and they have really good views. She's got 1 million subscribers, so they have really good views. But if you look at the ones on Reese lately, we're talking triple the views. So she knows what's making her money at this moment. And I mean, isn't that the point of some of this YouTube stuff is, I'm not there. I need 1,000 subscribers, people. Come on with it. Getting my watch hours. I'm almost there. But, and that's kind of the point, is that there is, coins to be made. I mean, I'm taking time away from my job sitting here. I work from home, thankfully. So just have to go in the other room and do what I need to do. But it's still time away. It's time away from my family, not my dog, of course, because she's still right here. But I understand making money, but look what she's making money off of. That's kind of my point of the Jessica part. Because she chose to put this out there. She's done this. She's given this information. She's made it what it is. She's put the seed of doubt in our head with everything that's coming out of her mouth, past, present, future at this point. I don't know. There's still, the ride or die crew over there, but there's so many people going, what are you doing? Why did you do this? And so the police report really brought into light what was happening and laid it out for us to see it, that everything's not how she's painting it out to be. Is Reese a great guy? I'm not going to stand on any mountain and scream that for anybody. But on the other hand, she's right there with them. I mean, she's no better at this point. She may even be worse, because now she has people in her life around her children. Okay, so that's a whole... Got myself started again. So I left my situation to get children away from that situation. Now, had I put them right back in that situation, I'm the wrong one. Me. Because why would you take them away from their father who's like that to put them with a stranger friend who's like that? Do you understand? I mean, I don't see where she's making progress for herself, for her children, for any of this, and using it for content that she then gives us content, if that makes sense. I mean, we wouldn't be talking about her if she weren't doing these things. So I hope nobody looks up your police report, Ann. I really, really do, because that's not, you didn't make it a subject of like, is she telling the truth or not? You know, it wasn't one of those. I hope you can see the difference in your scenario versus Jessica's scenario, and how it doesn't equal. There's no equal. It's one thing to say this happened to me, like I do, like this happened to me, this is my life, this is my story. And I've heard Jessica say that, but it's not, she hasn't even finished a chapter, much less ended the book, you know. So I don't think she should be telling this story before it's concluded, because he's charged with 5 felonies. Is he going to be convicted of 5 felonies? You know, I would rather hear 6 months to a year from now, last year was hell for me, went through these, and this is what Reese did, and he's been convicted, and he's serving this amount of time, or he got this probation, or whatever, you know. But to live it in real time, it's not the appropriate way to do it, in my opinion. And I know your case is still pending, but you haven't put out the information there that makes me to think that you're doing it for any other reason than to explain your life and your situation. If you listen to the way that Jessica does this and what she's saying, she's wanting Reese imprisoned for a long time. She wants her child to not have to go through a custody case. And it's kind of looking really bad for her that she set him up, in my opinion, that this is a setup to get him out of the picture for some amount of time, to give her not having to deal with him for the children, I say, because he really has no legal right to the oldest child, only his child, the younger one. We all know what role he played in her life, and where that all, you know, but legally there's nothing he can do about that. But he can do something about his own child, and that will take time away from her and split the children up for weeks or a weekend here and there. And so it's in her benefit to make this work out to where Reese doesn't get to see his daughter anymore. That's just my opinion. And that's where I feel that this is going. So, not arguing, no argument here. I totally agree with you. I'm sorry you're going through what you're going through, but you're killing it. You are absolutely killing it. Keep doing your thing. I never watched Just Anne. Sorry, I'm not being rude. I never watched Just Anne before. I'm not a makeup person. And I know Anne, Abby, Alex, those people were kind of in the makeup world, in my opinion. I mean, like I said, I didn't watch her, so I didn't know her content prior to me coming on. And mine had a lot to do with Alex at one point, and I do want to talk about that at some point. There's some stuff going on, and I want it to like all settle down a little bit more. I did leave her alone for a really long, not leave her alone. I've left her alone, period, in personal, truly. But as in speaking on it, there was my opinion, my conspiracy, some things going on that needed to be taken care of. Mental breakdowns, in my opinion, and her mental health is more important to me than my feelings or opinions. So with that, I have stepped down from that time and never said another word in that regard. But I do want to pick up where she's at now, or where things are now. Is that like water under the bridge, but like, where are we today? You know, that kind of situation. So anyway, so that's where I saw Anne, I think, for around the first time, is, you know, when she stepped in there, and she was very supportive, and I appreciate that. So just know that. But I started watching a little bit of her content, and not all of it, I'll be honest. But the things I've seen have been really positive, and really, even though she's got some situations going on, and she's, you know, going at it alone with her kids right now and killing it. Like I said, you're killing it, Anne. Don't think this is anything bad, I promise. But I don't know all of her content or all of her history and all that stuff. I just know what I've been seeing, and I don't think she's put anything out there that's made me go like, oh, he's such a horrible human being, he should be under the jail, in the prison. And I know that, you know, she can feel that personally. She hasn't conveyed that. So that's what I'm, you know, it made I don't feel it's the same scenario that we're dealing with in the two situations. So I understand where she's coming from, but I think Jessica's her own worst enemy. And I don't think it's us speaking about her or pulling up a police report that she would have put it out first had she got her fingers on it first. Is the, that's the honest to God truth, because she wanted to put it out, but someone got it before she did, was really all it boils down to, because we would have seen it either way. But somebody got to it first. And so it happened, and it's going to happen. And I think it's just the way she presented her story, and what's the lies that came out of it have been proven. So that's the end of that. And it was very long for a comment section. So thank you for bearing with me. And like I said, this is not any negativity towards Anne whatsoever. And I totally agree with her, but I think that under these circumstances, it's different. It's just different. And I hope to talk to y'all soon. Leave me some comments. Give me your thoughts on the opinions on how do you feel about the police report? Are you glad it came out? Did it clear some things up for you? Or do you think it should have never saw the light of day? So let me know. I'm ready for it. Thanks.